little pond, and there's some purification activity happening in this pond. So the water's coming in.
Here comes the water.
Through those pipes.
Now we've got these on here which we can play around with. They won't be glued. Do not glue these. We may be able to push it further back. It just depends on how the water flow looks.
And the force of the water won't push them out?
No, because it's actually coming beyond there. You see what I mean? It's not so strong that it's going to wash anything away. These, I mean, they went on quite hard.
And you don't want them glued on because?
You might want to adjust
Because you
it.
want to be able to adjust it.
Right.
I mean, maybe you don't like the noise, because it will just be above water level. This will be about 4 or 5 centimetres above water level in here. So you might, if you can imagine, you do that, and then you won't actually hear anything.
So you basically want to not
So
read
it's
them.
just nice to have a bit of control. The other thing it's doing is it's pushing the water in different directions rather than just having it going straight down the middle. So it's sort of trying to move it around.
And in this pond there's going to be some rafts.
No, this
No.
is going to be filled up with gravel
Gravel.
all the way to about here. I would say up to the rock level perhaps, because the water level in the pond is dictated by the outflow, which is the base of this 110mm pipe. So we want the gravel, maybe I would say, to come up over this, so
Right.
just up to the rocks.
Okay.
That would make sense. And then you'd have some gravel above water, and
Yeah.
then have some of rocks. I was thinking of making this sort of circle with a few stones, which means you're retaining the higher out of the water gravel here and under the water gravel on the other side of it.
Right.
And then you'll have 2 types of planting zones.
Right. I
Yeah.
see.
And we
So
have
then
to
the
give
water.
this a render.
Yes, this definitely needs at least another fine render of about 6mm. It's using the smooth polypropylene fibres that we've got there.
Yes, 5mm. So 5mm
5 to 6mm, yeah.
of render.
Half a centimetre of render. And that was going to be the coloured render, but it's not incredibly crucial because we're bringing the gravel up to here. And they can also do this paint finish, which was just using a cement slurry with fibres in it, I think. Anyway, cement slurry with a bit of pigment, just to give it a little bit of colour on the top, because everything else is going to be covered with gravel, so it doesn't matter about colour in here. Trying to find this drainage pipe, this is perfect, because actually it's not a drainage pipe, it's a flexible
This is the one that
pipe.
came from Woods, yeah?
It was just by the here.
Oh, you just found it lying around.
Yeah, just looking at things. This is when you think, well, what do I need, and things can jump out at you.
What was the thing that came from Woods, yeah?
Don't know. Coming from there, and maybe a small percentage can go through this way.
Yeah.
So you might need to wrap something around there so it's snug, so it pushes in, so it can't be pulled out if someone steps on it or something. Anyway, we're protected by rock, so it shouldn't do that. But just ram that up nice and tight into there. Yep. And we'll spread this out more evenly on the day, if you like. So this will be taken out. We don't need it, but it will all be put back when we come
Sure.
to the gravel.
Having
That would
been
still allow
passed
us to
through
pull it out if we
number
needed
one
to check
pond.
anything. Yeah.
And it's the pipes going underneath here.
This is a gentle fall of about 10 centimetres from
The
that
water's
pool
going
to this pool.
down here into the first pool.
This
Which-
will all be covered in soil, right the way up to the top. We'll
Wow.
put some rocks around here to sort of protect it, and also to then have a gentle slope with rocks coming down to a ground level around about there.
Has Pierre got this?
So this is sort of like a seating height.
Yep.
From here onwards, hopefully one can sort of perch on
Yeah.
the top.
So have you discussed this?
Yes,
so
I showed him some drawings, so I hope he's got hold of it. I mean, I can leave you with a little tracing drawing that I did. It doesn't show an awful lot, but it gives you a feeling
I would
of terraces and what have you. So,
So then in this first
if you
pond,
come on
there's
this
a
side, you'll
raft.
see what's happening. On the break. Siesta. So it's coming through the grey pipe there on an elbow, And underneath, you probably can't quite see, but near the bottom there's a series of holes. 1,
Comes in.
2, 3, 4, 5 on the top
Yeah.
hole, and then it goes, this is just about 2 centimetres above water level, the pipe, bottom base of that pipe.
Yep.
And then it goes obviously underwater, and there's about 8, 9 holes along that length, because it takes,
So
it'll
the
take
water should come 2 centimetres above that pipe.
below,
Water level below. 2 centimetres below.
And then on these
That is-
struts is going to be supported a raft that is going to have hanging sort of curtains of wadding treatment material. So it's going to be a treatment raft in 3 dimensions, 4 dimensions. Purified through this,
might go down the road
goes
of using
through
plastic
the
sort of
overflow channel there into the last
Because
treatment
you do
area.
have plastic tubes.
And then in the
Yeah,
last
well,
treatment area we
You don't
have
see much of it anyway, so you can just cover it with
Final
shade
tank.
cloth.
So if
The last-
we use plastic tubes then instead of...
It's possible, just to, you know.
Yeah.
and in the last treatment area
The last treatment area, there'll be a spillway going across here, which will drop down approximately minimum of 10 centimetres, maximum of maybe 15 centimetres.
and it's going to be water lilies,
And this will be soil-based,
soil based.
with rich soils around the lilies, and then topped off with clay to sort of contain that rich soil, so it's like a capping over
Yep.
the rich nutrient soil, so only the roots of the lilies can get in there.
Yep.
And then on top of that clay, to prevent things clouding over, you put a layer of sand, about 5 centimetres of sand.
Then the water, we can see this pipe in the other corner. That's the overflow pipe.
That'll be the overflow pipe, which
In
will
case-
adjust as and when everything is in.
Yes.
And we need to solvent weld that, which I'll probably do tonight actually, because we can stand in there now. And so then all we need to do is angle grind the top off to the final level, because the actual final level is about 14 centimetres below that current top at present. So we've got a bit of room to play with the overflow.
So,
Third floor,
The-
water 40%.
and then that hole there, that's where the clean water is going to leave the building to go
Back
back
over
to
there,
the pump chamber,
That
which is
that just needs to
which
be
is
cleaned up and
behind
tidied
Paul.
up. It doesn't need, I mean, I was thinking it could be, you could put a cap on it to prevent animals going down there. But having said that, they've got this very, it's not a very nice journey, but they can get back if they can hold their breath long enough.
yeah.
But I don't know what's going to be in there.
Can you put a mesh over the...
Well, all I'm saying to prevent bigger animals,
Creatures.
maybe, I don't know what might get in here, because it's
A
all
cat.
raised up, you might not get anything.
Like
then-
a
then
dead wild
The
boar?
clean water comes out this hole, and it's
There
going
are
to go
enough
through
wild
that
boar,
pipe
heaven knows.
back to the pump chamber, where it leaves the pump chamber to go to the top end of the pool. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're back at the beginning.
But if we put a mesh cap over that, it would stop any mice or things
No,
getting
well,
caught.
Well, you could bag it off with tarpaulin for the time being.
We've got a secondary filter in there, so anything that does get swept into here will find its way into this first segment. I mean, it's just, I mean, in England we've got these, I don't know if you've seen them, tubes that go on the top of one of these pipes. You know, you have them on flumes and stuff, so birds getting in.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Little caps with bars on them.
Good. So that's
And
the.
that'll stop any dead floating animals maybe going down there.
So the clean
and at least
water-
you'll see
yeah.
them in here rather than in there.
So what happens? What happens above that?
That's the